students who kind of guide the leadership and oversee the coalition. And they're going to be, we're kind of forming this group to, help, because right now, the way that the leadership works, it's really hard to, bring 15 people or 16 people together and have them vote on everything. And the exec board will just help make decisions more easier, help guide the coalition a little bit. So there's 5 positions on the exec board, and the leaders of the exec board, per se, I guess, would be the college and high school co-chairs, and they basically make decisions for the coalition. They oversee internal communication, such as, facilitating general calls, bringing the coalition together, writing polls, reaching out to members, checking in with the team leaders and campaigns, and building partnerships with other organizations along with the coordinators. Then the next position would be the secretary. They are kind of in charge of scheduling, agenda building. They update Google Calendar for any events the coalition might be having or sponsoring. They work with the communications coordinators and outreach coordinators to write the newsletter, and they organize spreadsheets, basically more of the organizational work. Okay. The next thing would be the executive board advisor and reps. So we'll have 1 college and 1 high school rep, and their responsibilities are a little bit less than the co-chairs would be. They still are involved in like the strategic decision making. They still vote on all the decisions, but because they have less responsibilities, they're also expected to either lead or be a member of another team, such as social media, diversity and inclusion, etc. The alumni advisor is a non-voting member. They are basically do what April does right now. They offer guidance and advice. They run training sessions, and they organize alumni activity. They are also the head of the alumni team, which is essentially a group of alumni that, want to still be involved with the coalition. Then the appointed positions, I think Aurora is handling that.
Yeah. So the appointed positions are just another group of our leadership. So basically, they're identified as team members that have a lot of potential for leadership. These appointed positions will also help new members adjust to the team and train them to get really understand and get going with NJSSC. They'll also have check-ins with executive board through one-on-one calls, and also attend monthly leadership meetings with the executive board. And then in the situation that a current leader with the appointed positions cannot perform their obligations anymore, new appointees can also be made in those kind of situations. So here's a list of the comprehensive list of the appointed positions that we have. So there are some that we had this year. There are some more that we also added, and then you can also propose your own position. There are descriptions. I'm not gonna describe every single one of them, but there are descriptions that can be found here at this link. So if you want to learn more about them and want to apply for one of them, you should definitely look at it. And also think about if you want to propose your own position, if you think we're missing something here, or if you think we can expand NJSSC to be something else, to include something else. So yeah.
Cool. And then I'm just going to go over the election cycle. So this is just kind of like a breakdown of how it's going to work. There's going to be one cycle done in the summer, so everyone is settled in by September. And then we're going to have the ballot be ranked choice. Co-chair and secretary candidates are going to be added to the rep ballot. So that just means if you want to run for one of the co-chair positions and you're kind of worried, you might not get it, but you still want to be on the e-board, you'll also be automatically added to the rep ballot, and that's why we're doing ranked choice. So when people vote for their chosen rep, they'll pick their first choice, their second choice, and their third choice, and then that way we'll be able to kind of like make the decision easier. And then coordinators and team leaders are going to be appointed through applications that will be reviewed by the new exec board. So while we will be opening up like the application for the appointed positions at the same time, just be aware that it's not going to be, you're not going to get a decision back until like, I think it's August 15th, but we'll go through it on the slides. If you want to go forward, Navia. Cool. So this is the timeline I kind of put together to make it a little clearer. So week 1, we will have the deadline to submit form to run for an e-board position. So that's going to be Friday, July 31st, and people can start applying by today for an e-board position. I will have all the tiny links and everything in this slideshow coming forward. And then after everyone is submitted, we'll have a period where people can read the candidate interest statements and then kind of decide on who they're going to vote for. And then the voting period will be Friday, August 6th to August 7th. So we'll have 2 days where people can vote. And then we're going to go into week 3. Week 3 will have the executive board all placed by who gets the most votes. That'll be Saturday, August 8th is when that will be announced. And then, like I said, the applications deadline will be Friday, the deadline will be August 14th for the applications for the appointed positions. So that way the new exec board can, review those and have time to kind of review them to get everybody in place before September. So Navia, if you want to go forward. And then this I just put to reiterate, Sunday, August 23rd is when all positions will be filled. And then we made it the 23rd of August so that there will be like a good transition period for new and old leaders to kind of like get together and learn each other's positions and just kind of connect in that way. And then right here is just kind of all the links you will need at this step. So these are, the descriptions of the positions, which I put in the chat already. That'll have both the e-board positions and the appointed positions. And then next is the application for e-board. And then, again, that's the deadline is for Friday, July 31st. So that's coming up soon. And then the application for appointed positions will be due Friday, August 14th. So again, that's just a large window, but we will make sure that we're giving people reminders like a week before that as well, because it might, get lost in everything else that we're doing. So this is just, just to reiterate, that's my email. You can message me on Slack, you can message Navia, Aurora, or April as well. We're all, pretty well informed about this and can answer any questions. If you want to end the slideshow just so we can kind of have a demo. Cool. So we'll take any questions now that anyone has about this new structure and the election cycle.
Yeah, hi, I have a question.
Yeah.
So for the appointed positions, is it, so it's by application, does that mean there's only going to be one person selected per position?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But we do have, like right now, we do have like co-coordinators for the plastics team. I did mention to people before, like if that, if you get if you get selected to be a leader in one of these appointed positions and you think that it could be a shared role, you can let us know at that moment that you get selected, and we can kind of like figure from there, like, maybe someone that hasn't been appointed to a position also is interested in that role, and we can make like a co-partnership for it. So yeah, there's always room for that.
Okay, so if someone already has an appointed position, would they have to rerun, or is that position already secure?
Yeah, they would have to reapply.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool. Any other questions?
Can you apply for multiple positions?
Yes. Yeah, you'll see on the application form, we have like first, second, and third choice for each position. So definitely that gives us an opportunity to know like what one you're most important to least important. So yeah, you can apply to up to 3 positions.
Thank you.
Welcome. Cool. Anyone have any other questions?
Are the people who get appointed to the positions, do they interact with each other, like the people who are appointed and the people who are elected?
Yes. Yeah, so the e-board, the elected people, they will be having like one-on-one calls with each of the coordinators that are appointed, as well as each coordinator that is an appointed position is required to go to at least one e-board meeting a month.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, so that way we can kind of get, you know, more perspective in that leadership roles.
Yeah, there's like a every month, just to like make sure that because it's hard to get everyone to, you know, come to a call, so it's mandatory that everyone attend like a leadership meeting. It's going to be for like everyone to talk, the entire leadership to talk about what they're doing. So that's like one of the requirements. Like you have to be able to attend one of those if you are applying.
Yeah, and we're having the e-board meetings bi-weekly, so that way you'll have a few opportunities to join one of those meetings.
Could you send out a copy of the slideshow with all the different positions on it?
That will, yeah.
Tell everyone afterwards. All right.
Yeah, that'll be sent out, as well as the recording and everything else, kind of like the links, you know, clearly stated and all that. Cool. Does anyone have any other questions? Wow. Well, we ended this leadership meeting, like the agenda of the meeting, pretty early. Is there anything anyone else wants to ask about like the coalition or wants to bring up about the coalition? I know Ava, you might have some stuff to share on the Green Amendment we might be able to talk about.
Yeah. Not so much because I'm crazy, but I guess we thought on it was actually interesting. I guess that my idea on work for, and I feel like I'm talking here, so I don't know where.
I don't know. Yeah, I think you might be picking up too much, unfortunately. I do know that Ava did post ways to be involved in the Green Amendment just now in like the Green Amendment channel. So if you're not in that channel yet, there's definitely an opportunity to join that and just kind of see what she's been talking about recently with that.
PSA for anyone who ever has connectivity issues is that sometimes having the video on makes the connection a little bit harder for the audio. So if you turn your video off, then sometimes that can help. But what really helps a lot more is if you call in on the phone as opposed to like joining on the computer through the link, because you know, then we'll be able to hear you better. Won't be able to see your beautiful faces, but it'll help with the audio.
Cool. Ava, did you want to give it a shot to see if you can talk with without the video off? It's still not gonna. That's fine. Awesome. Cool. So does anyone have any other questions related to the coalition, election cycle, or anything like that that we want to get out in the open while we have some time together?
I don't have a question, but I think we forgot to mention the onboarding team. I don't know if that's like a thing that
Oh,
you want to talk about? But like, I guess if we have time.
yeah, I mean, we could talk a little bit more about like the appointed positions now that we have a little bit of time. Yeah, you want to go ahead and explain what the onboarding team would do? It's not really like a appointed or elected position, just so everyone knows that part.
Yeah, but if you would like, I guess, if this is like something that anyone would be interested in, it's like when new members come to the coalition, it would be kind of talking to them, setting up a meeting with them, and just figuring out what their interests are so that it's easier to like help them get fit with the team, because right now I think all that responsibility falls on Joanna, and that's sometimes hard. So yeah, if anyone would be interested, you can just I guess you can message Joanna, or I can, that's fine. So
Yeah, and I think even something that we might have missed in the appointed positions thing was all the people that are going to have appointed positions will have team members under them. So that's like one of the main functions of this outreach team, is being able to connect new members to teams that these appointed positions will be running. Cool. Yeah, so I'll just give another few minutes to see if anybody, or a few seconds to see if anybody has any other questions.
This is just like a general coalition question. What's happening with GICAD, the Global Youth Climate Action Declaration?
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'd love to talk about that. So RPAN, who is like the core team member that is based in Jersey City, is supposed to be joining our Slack channel so that our Slack, so that she can create like a channel just for the GYCAD. And that way, right now I kind of told them we're going to have to put a little brakes on it just because we have so much going on with elections and stuff. But I figured if we make a channel and just have kind of like the conversation going, and we're supposed to plan a call soon with RPAN, just to kind of go over like certain things like building the team and creating roles and deciding like what we want to work on with that.
Okay.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll have a call. I told her in like the next 2 weeks, we'll hopefully have a call, and that way we can kind of just stay in touch and make sure that we can build our team. Sweet. Does anyone have any other questions? Comments, concerns, all that good stuff? Cool. I guess we can all sign off early, which is nice for a Sunday, a very hot Sunday. I live in the attic, so I can feel the heat coming. I hope everyone can, stay cool. Like I said, I'll send out a follow-up email that will have the slideshow. It'll have a recording of this meeting for those that, weren't here pretty much, but if you want to review it. And then we'll have all the links handy for applying, for reading the leadership positions. And then feel free to reach out to me, Navia, Aurora, or April if you have any questions going forward about deadlines, about responsibilities for positions, or anything else to do with the leadership and election cycle. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day and gets, some fun times. Enjoy the beach.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.